What is going on, everybody? It is great to have you with me. It is Packer Week, and the Minnesota Vikings will take on their hated division rivals, the Green Bay Packers. Over the last 30 years, there have only been two games where the Vikings have faced the Packers with a starting quarterback not named Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers. And guess what? They're 2-4, and they're complaining like they're 2-11. It's like you're only 6 games into the season, and you guys are already saying, "Ugh, this sucks. Oh, this whole team is terrible. Fire the coach. Fire the general manager." What did you expect was going to happen when you got rid of a Hall of Fame quarterback? What did you expect? We're going to get into this game. We got a few talkers, and well, let's just get right into the shout-outs because I see we got some people in the building already. The winner of the first one, Too Evil to Hope. What's going on, Too Evil? Hello to you as well. We got Grandpa Dave in the building. What's going on? No, I haven't had a chance to look at what you sent me. I just had some stuff come up tonight where it's just, I haven't had a chance yet. I'll try to do it tomorrow. I'll try. We got a game here tonight. Yes, sir. Tampa Bay just scored before I came down here. Yeah, maybe. Has Buffalo fallen off their peak? They might have, Dave. They might have. I don't know what's up with that team. Shout out McAndrews in the building. OG subscriber, the McAndrews. What is going on? Thank you so kindly for joining me. I appreciate you. We got Roger in the building. Hello, all. What's going on, Roger? I appreciate you. I appreciate you. T-Bass is in the building. What's going on, T-Bass? You know, people been asking where you been. People, One Bar Lupagus calls you out, says, "Where's T-Bass at?" Because he picked the Vikings to get destroyed. I don't know. I don't know exactly what you said, but they were looking for you, T-Bass. They were looking to you. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you guys, as always. SKOL for life. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Absolutely. Hit them like buttons. If you didn't hit them on the way in, wipe your feet at the door, as they say. As they say, wipe your feet at the door. Hit that like button for me. What is going on to my guy, Gary? What's up, Gary? Good to see you. Appreciate you stopping by. We got Eric from New Mexico in the building. What's going on, Eric? And what's going on, Florinda? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys as well. Too Evil coming out strong. Is it too late to cut Cousins? Yes. Super Bowl window slam shut quickly for teams. Yes, they do, T-Bass. That's you've got a 3 or 4 year window. That's it. You got 3 to 4 years. Because if you do have the luxury of having a better than average quarterback to very good quarterback to elite quarterback on a rookie contract, eventually you got to pay the guy. And eventually that requires you to give up pieces elsewhere unless you draft really, really well. But yeah, at the end of it, no, Too Evil, we are not able to cut Cousins anymore. You've been working. All right, T-Bass, it's all good. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you coming in. I do. It was just funny that One Bar and Lubagus were like, "Where's T-Bass? I haven't seen him. He's been hiding." I'm like, all right, whatever, but that's all good. Two-Tone Tony, what's going on, Tony? Appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you being in the building tonight, as I do each and every one of you guys. We've got Sodak in the building. What's going on, Sodak? Good to see you here. And we've got my SKOL brother. Purple Gang is in the house with SKOL Mafia. What's going on, SKOL Mafia? Good to see you. Good to see you as well. All right. Real quick before we get started, y'all know how this goes. And if you don't, if this is your first time here, well, we do a little something at the beginning of every show. And the reason we do this, first off, I shout out everybody who's in the building already to show my appreciation for the support and the loyalty. But there are others that we shout out at the beginning of each show. And I'm talking about the active and veteran members of all of our armed forces, all of our military, and their families as well, who have sacrificed to keep this nation safe. They have sacrificed to give us all of the freedoms that we enjoy every single day. So I'm going to shout out each and every member of our armed forces, as well as your families, for all of the sacrifices both you and your families have had to make. Shout out goes to the brave men and women who serve as our police officers, firefighters, and EMS. When in times of tragedy, as we all try to get away from whatever danger there may be, you see these individuals running towards the danger to help us get away from it. Stay safe, be safe, because you put your lives on the line potentially every single day when you put on that uniform and go to work. So thank you so very kindly. And last but certainly not least, to all of the doctors, nurses, surgeons, frontline workers, home health care providers that take care of our medical needs, no matter what they be, who have a passion to save lives and to help people. The men and women that I have described in all of these groups at times can work very thankless jobs. And we don't say thank you enough to them. So I'm going to say thank you to them anytime I got a show. Appreciate you guys. Let's get back to some of the chats here because it just blew up during my starting monologue here. Who else is in the building here? I thought I saw one or two more names, but hey. Oh, I see. There he is. Young Cringe Gamer, what's up to you all? Hey, good to see you, Cringe. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming into the building. We got my guy, Mateo. I knew I could count on Mateo being here tonight and every night. Appreciate you, Mateo. I really do. SKOL from the Grove. What's up, Pops? If y'all couldn't figure out the same last name. Purple and gold for days. Yes, that was the bit. Thanks, Pops, for stopping by. Appreciate you. Cringe. I think I got everybody. So yeah, everybody shout out Joe, aka Pops, aka Dad. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. You know what? For everybody, we gonna start with this one, and we gonna do this one too. I give you 2 claps and a Ric Flair. I appreciate you guys so very, very much. I do. We got Dylan in the building. What's going on, Dylan? I think we should trade for in some. You know what? That might be on the docket tonight, Dylan. It might be on the docket. It just very, very well might be. Shout out Ryan in the building. What's going on, Ryan? Who's ready to cut the cheese on Sunday and not in a gassy way? Hey, Ryan, you got the lead for quote of the night, for line of the night so far. Young Cringe, if Green Bay scores more than 2 touchdowns, there's a problem. Yeah, we're going to get to that. We absolutely going to get to that. Mateo says, anytime I see someone in their meetings, I buy them a coffee or drink. Bro, military brat with a little brother in the Navy right now. Shout out to Mateo's younger brother. Thank you so kindly. Say hello and thank you to your younger brother when you have a chance, for me and for everybody in this country, because we owe him as well as the other men and women a great debt of gratitude. So thank you so very, very much. Yeah, I did that a couple times in Chipotle where there was a couple of members. I got them hooked up. And luckily it was the 2 that were late because there was a whole squadron. There was about 15 of them in there. I'll be like, whoa. But luckily they already had their lunches, but that's all right. That's all right. Packers pack meat, call the meatheads. You are correct. I don't know where it ever became, cheeseheads, but whatever. They can be ass backwards all they want. Okay, so I'm going to borrow a tradition from Dave and Tyler and Dave and Darren over on Vikings First and SKOL. And if you don't already subscribe to Vikings First and SKOL, both on YouTube and your favorite podcast aggregator, hit us up. We got podcasts, repeats of Vikings First and SKOL shows, as well as some online only content done by myself as well as Dave. So go on over there. Shout out to, they moved right at the wrong time. Shout out to Dave Thibodeau in the building. What's going on, Dave? Thank you kindly for joining me. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. Okay. I think, I don't know. Mary might join us later. I did speak to her last night and this morning. She's having her ups and down days. So still give some prayers out and shout out to Mary, y'all. One of these days, when she is better, she will share her story if she so desires. So I'm just going to give the updates of, hey, really need some prayers today, or, hey, she's doing a little bit better, because, it's not my story to tell, but hopefully she'll be able to stop by tonight. She said she was going to try. We got Yogi in the building. What's going on? Yogi, go sub at Purple Rain 247. That's one way to go about it, Yogi. That's definitely one way to go about it. I can't blame you on that. Remember the moment after San Francisco win and some fans thinking they're a Super Bowl contender, thinking the moment come draft time, no future quarterback. Well, I hear you, T-Bass. And there's part of me, I'm not going to say that I wanted him to lose, because I never want him to lose. But as I've said, there's a part of me that would not have been disappointed. because that gets us one step closer to franchise quarterback. But you're right. It was a great victory, but let's slow our roll as far as, hey, we're back into this. We can come out. This NFC is so weak. We can come out of the NFC. Oh, slow down. Slow down. Is one win against a very good team. You now got 3 wins. 1 against a good team and 2 against trash teams. Let's slow down. Yes, we've got a lot of games upcoming in our schedule that are very winnable, and we can get above 500 in a couple weeks. We can get, by the bye week, maybe have 7-8 wins. But Super Bowl, hold on just a second. Oh, help me. Rhonda is back. What's going on, Rhonda? You better tell what's going on with you. It's good to see you again. We ain't seen you in a minute. Missed y'all. Hey, we missed you too, Rhonda. We missed you too. Thank you so kindly for joining tonight. Appreciate you as always. All right. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I missed anybody because, I don't like missing people. So we're going to start out with where we typically do after I do my shout outs and my big shout outs here. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Where'd it go? Don't tell me somebody deleted my. Oh, come on. All right. Here it is. Production value. The NFC North Roundup. You know what? We know that we've got the Vikings facing the Packers, and that's going to be the bulk of the show. So let's talk about our other friends in the division. The Detroit Lions, after getting mollywopped by the Baltimore Ravens, they've got the Monday Night Football game against the Raiders. They're favored by 8 points. I think they win by at least 13. Would love to see the Raiders beat the Lions, but after getting mollywopped, they're going to want to prove something. So you can count on a Lions win. But hey, Monday night during SKOL for Days Monday night recap, we'll be cheering against them. The Bears get the Sunday night game. So our other 2 compatriots in the division get both of the primetime games. Bears against the Chargers. Chargers favored by 8.5 points. They should beat the Bears handily. But, the Bears looked pretty good last week. When Justin Fields wasn't on the field, so to speak, they look better. This Tyson Baggett, I don't even know how to say his name. This Tyson guy, Tyson feeding you like family. He was feeding his receivers the ball, and he looked pretty good. Now, again, I know. Who were they playing? Oh, that's right. Who were they playing last week? Oh, yeah, the Raiders. The Raiders. So we'll see. The Chargers will be a little bit of a better opponent than that. So that's your NFC North Roundup, ladies and gentlemen, outside, of course, the Vikings and Packers game. Real quick reset. Hit that like button if you didn't wipe your feet at the door. Hit that like button for me. And if you don't already subscribe, hit that subscribe button, please. It's kind of like, hey, just like last night when One Barn Lubbock we're just like 20 away from a 10,000 and they got their 10,000. Okay, I'm 19 away from 850. Find some friends, invite them, tell them to subscribe, and help a brother out here. All right, Skolden is in the building. What's going on, Skolden? Good to see you as well. I appreciate you, boys. I appreciate you, man. We got Caesar Augustus in the building. Imagine if Purdy had a season-ending injury and the Vikings lost to Green Bay to San Francisco. Call us, and how much? Maybe. I've said it for the last 2 weeks. If you start out 2-5, or dare I say 1-6, if we had lost to Chicago, I say sell all the pieces. And I jokingly said, hey, maybe the Vikings defense should do their best to take out Purdy so San Francisco would call about Kirk, and he got concussed. I wasn't serious, y'all. I wasn't serious. Yeah, if they called, I'd listen. I'd absolutely listen. But if they win against Green Bay, which I anticipate they will, spoiler alert, they're not selling at 4-4, particularly with the opponents you got coming up. They wouldn't do that. They absolutely would not do that. But shout out to Caesar and Skolden as well. What's going on with you? My hatred of the Packers knows no limits. I agree with you, T-Bass. I agree with you. There are some people that actually want to say that the Dallas Cowboys, that they hate them more. Now, if you're an old timer who saw the Vikings in the 70s with the Cowboys and the push-off game, I can understand it, but I wasn't alive during that time. For me, it's the Packers. Some people want to say they hate the Bears. I'm like, why? Because Ditka had a 3-year run. Big deal. It's the Packers, yo. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. I pointed out a scenario to a couple friends who are Vikings fans. And I said, what if the Eagles and the Packers met in the NFC Championship game and 3 of them said, I'd rather the Packers win because I hate Philadelphia. I'm like, I hate Philly fans. I don't hate Philadelphia Eagles. They're a good team. Their organization is run the right way. I hate the Eagles, hate their fans. And there's no way in hell I'd be cheering for the Packers in an NFC championship game. No way. Just a vet thing. How about that Niners game? Absolutely. And let's hope the kiddies do. You spot on, Rhonda. You are spot on. Absolutely. Oh, yes. Yogi, congratulations. I did see that in the chat. Yogi finally moving off nights at his job, and he's finally got a day job. And no, I don't mean he finally got a job. I mean he moved from nights today. So congratulations, and well-deserved, Yogi, as well. Justin, do you believe our Vikings can beat the Cheesehead on a serious note? Yeah. And in fact, we're going to get into that here in just a moment after I finish shouting you guys all out. Shout out Brian in the building. What's going on, Brian? Good to see you. Thank you so kindly for joining me. I appreciate you. All right, Gary says, I dare you all to let me make a pizza. My pizza want to start a Zod joint because they off the wall different. Okay. No way they sell Ziggy. Everyone is bad. Oh, yeah. I totally agree. Feel equal disgust for the Packers. Okay, fair enough. Cousins is the two. Yes, I did hear it. And again, my compatriot Dave from Minnesota Sports Talk is arguing with him on Twitter. Oh, you always hate Kirk, and you never say anything nice about him. And when he has a bad game, you point it out, but you don't point out the good spots. Oh, my gosh, Dave. Yes, he does. You're just the kind of person that if anybody ever says anything negative, you think everything they say about him is negative. But I digress. Yeah, I would trade KJ in a minute. I'm going to talk about that too, as a matter of fact. Honestly, the Packers annoy me as my team rival, but I respect it. Yes, I totally agree. I went to the opening game last year against the Packers, and for the most part, it was respectable. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind, ribbing each other and saying Vikings suck or Packers suck or go back home, blow, go back, whatever. Because at the end of the day, could I sit down at a tailgate or at the bar with some Packer fans to have a beer together? Yeah, I could. Who cares? Eagles fans? Hell no. Absolutely not. T-Bass says, I was alive and remember that game, but I still hate the Packers won the count. Yes, I totally agree. All right. Am I done with shout-outs for right now? Let's see here. I knew one of the queens would show up. What's going on, Sarah? Good to see. Shout out, Sarah, everybody. Shout out, Sarah. Facebook is so lame. They sent me to Facebook jail for something I posted 3 years ago. Oh, wow. Yeah, Facebook, whatever. I'm sorry, Sarah, but good to see you. Appreciate it. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. I thought I saw one more. Okay. So let's get to the topics of the evening. Number one, outside of course, the shout outs and the NFC North roundups. First half struggles. Okay. We all know that the Vikings have not done a very good job of scoring in the first half of games. For forever, we hadn't scored a point, and then we get a couple field goals, and last week we finally got a touchdown in the first quarter. Yay. Can you believe it? We got a touchdown in the first quarter. We've had a total of 13 points in the first quarter. 13 to 7 games. That's less than 2. And it's not a bunch of safeties, ladies and gentlemen. It's just like, really. Now, here's the deal. The Packers in the first quarter, well, really the whole first half, they are even worse than we are. As a matter of fact, as ridiculous as that sounds, they are even worse. They scored no points in the first 3 quarters against the New Orleans Saints and found a way to win. Okay. Took me a minute. I was vamping for a second. The Minnesota Vikings have scored 13 first quarter points and 62 second quarter points for a total of 75. Through 7 games, that's just almost 11. That's not very good. But check this out. The Packers have scored 13 points in each of the first and second quarters all season for a total of 26 first half points. 26. What does that tell us? At the end of the day, what are we saying here? You can get on top of these guys early and often if you stop turning the ball over on your first or second possession of the game. You could be up 24-0 on these fools Okay. Do not let these first half struggles continue. Stop turning the ball over. Don't be conservative. Go out there and blow the doors off of these guys because they haven't scored but 26 first half points, 13-13. And we thought we were bad. We got 13 in the first quarter. At least we got something in the second quarter, but my goodness, they are so bad. It was funny. I occasionally, after the Packers lose, I'll listen to Packers Wine Line because it's just so entertaining. But the guy was just like, we're a terrible first half team. Well, you're a terrible team altogether. Okay, you beat the Bears. Whoop-de ding dong. I mean, you beat them by more points than we did, so I'll give you it. I'll give you that. And who else have you beaten? Oh, yeah, the New Orleans Saints. And you were down 17-0 going into the fourth quarter, and the Saints just fell apart. Okay. I'm just saying, get on top of these guys. Mollywop these guys. There's no reason. And I get it. Said the same thing about Carolina. Said the same thing about Chicago. But no, there is nothing that the Green Bay Packers have. They got so many guys on injured reserve and so many guys that have been all but ruled out and or going to be questionable that there is absolutely no reason. They got nothing for us. Nothing. If you can beat San Francisco, albeit at home, and really control that game and realistically could have really had more points on the board than we did. We left a lot of meat on the bone. I said that Tuesday. I'll say it again. They left a lot of meat on the bone against San Francisco. But all I'm going to say is this. Just get on top of them early. Get on top of them often. This is your get right week to get right about not scoring a whole lot of points in the first quarter and, realistically not scoring that many points in the first half. I'm just saying they are ripe for the pickings. They are ripe for the pickings. Now, defensively, I'm going to start off by saying this. Jordan Love, actually, no, I'm going to wait until my second theme here because I'm going to swing back to that here. But one more time, Jaire Alexander, maybe not. At the end of the day, you should mollywop these guys, but at the very least, come out swinging and put them out of their misery right off the bat. Let's get back to the comments here because I know I got a bucket load of them here. Everybody's saying hello. Mateo, I want to find a woman that will love me and ignore my major issues like Dave Loski. Light of the night replaced. Oh, Mateo. Oh my gosh. Darian, what's going on? Good to see you. I'm sorry for your shout out being laughed over by that previous comment by Mateo, but shout out to you. I appreciate you. Trading for, you know what? We'll talk about trades in a minute. Oh, yes. It's totally terrible. It's totally terrible. Raiders are my number 2 team. Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, we'll be cheering for him come Monday. Shout out Purple Pocket Podcast, my SKOL brother. Rap is in the building. Everybody give a shout out to Rap that hasn't done so already. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I know, 4 minutes behind, but we broke this season's curse this time. We saw more. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There is no reason. No reason. Absolutely no reason. I see your comment, Rhonda. I got to start. I'm going to come back to it in a second. Yo, what's up, everybody? Yes, smack the pack. You dang right. You absolutely right. Too evil. I'm not even going to put that up. I'm not doing it. SKOL Mafia. I bet you have some nice bucks. Oh, absolutely. It's not my thing, but at the end of the day, yes. Appreciate you too, Evil. I appreciate it. You know what? I've just learned to embrace. Somebody once taught me, hey, you don't take jokes very well. And I finally decided to embrace it and say, hey, whatever. I think we have 2 rushing touchdowns. Yes, we'll talk about that in just a second. Sad thing is, if the Packers really do bad, they're going to be able to get the quarterback. Yes, going into the season, T-Bass, I said they were going to be 6-11. I said 6 games is enough for you to be miserable, but not enough to be in the Caleb Williams Drake May sweepstakes. So yeah, 6 wins is good enough for me. They can go on and beat the Bears again. Maybe they can beat Detroit on Thanksgiving for the rematch and help us out a little bit, trying to get back into this division. But yeah, you're right. No, we don't want them to be too bad. Shout out SKOL TYA in the building. What's going on, Kurt? Good to see you. Appreciate you, brother. B-Flow going to full frontal attack. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. We need to be more creative in the Reds. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk. I'm going to star yours. I'm going to come back to that. Shout out My Worthless Opinion, the single greatest YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever, MySpace handle of all time. My Worthless Opinion. One, because it's really good, just all by itself. But the irony is your opinion is never worthless, especially on my show. D-Bass, Jesus need to win. Yes, exactly. There you go. Two-tone Tony, what a purple gangs. Everyone's here. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Wipe your feet at the door. Hit them like buttons. All right. What's next on the extravaganza? Yes. We all wanted to be like Mike. Sometimes I dream that he is me. Can't you see that's how I dream to be? Dream I move, dream I groove like Mike. And Jordan is not like Mike. I'm just going to say this one time and one time only. Jordan Love is garbage. Absolute garbage. Now, I get it. He hasn't had his full complement. His left tackle has played his last game in Green Bay, and Dave Bakhtiari. He's done. Okay. And Aaron Jones has had, some injury issues. And AJ Dillon, you want to know what AJ Dillon is? Unfortunately, he's Alexander Madison. AJ Dillon is a good change of pace back when Aaron Jones does his thing, kind of like Dalvin Cook did his thing, and then Madison would come in. But AJ Dillon, yeah, he's a bowling ball, and he can be tough to tackle, 247 pounds, whatnot. But here's the thing. Jordan Love is absolute garbage. Trash. Garbage. Here's what you do defensively. You just bring the run blitzes all game long, and you tackle. No missed tackles. Okay? No missed tackles. That's all you need to do to stop this Packers offense. Don't let Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon beat you. Let Jordan Love try and beat you, which is not to say that if you put so much effort into stopping the run game that Jordan Love can't occasionally complete a couple of passes. I'm not saying it like that, but what I am saying is he can't beat you. So all you need to do is stop the running attack, because Jordan Love is not like Mike. Okay. He's just terrible. He's just absolutely terrible. Again, he's the quarterback of the team that's got 13 points in the first quarter and 13 points in the second quarter. Had an opportunity week 2 against the Atlanta Falcons, got the ball back. All he needed to do was get into field goal range. Okay, so you scored 18 points against the Saints to get your second victory in week 3. Okay, that's nice. But the Saints are just kind of whatever. They kind of gave that game away. What did you do against Detroit? Nothing. What did you do last week against the Las Vegas Raiders? You put up 13 points when your defense gave you every opportunity to beat the Raiders. Excuse me, that was 2 weeks ago. I beg your pardon. But my point is that you let the Raiders beat you 17-13. You put 13 points up against the Raiders. And then last week, the beyond bad Denver Broncos and Mr. Unlimited. Yeah, there's an unlimited Russell Wilson. Come on. Your defense only gave up 19 points. I mean, 19 against Denver is probably a little more than you really should, but 19 points. You still should have been able to do better than that. Jordan Love, go ahead and make Jordan Love beat you. Ivan Pace only got like 2 or 3 snaps in last week. Ivan Pace will get more snaps this week, I think. I think B-Flow, against a team like the 49ers and Brock Purdy before he got concussed. Yeah, they were going to play big nickel pretty near the whole game. I think we're going to see a little more of Ivan Pace. And like I said, just stop the run. Jordan Love can't beat you. He can't. He just can't. Back to the chats. What you guys going on? What's going on here for you guys? Okay. My wife thought your show was cool, even though she was a Packer fan, but I'm working on converting. I hope she's not listening to me tonight, because she ain't gonna like anything I'm saying tonight, my brother. She ain't gonna like nothing. Let's go pick the Packers ass. You dang skip. You know what, Raj? You know what? You get one of these. You get this. I give you 2 claps and a Ric Flair. There we go. Okay, a little highs back and forth. Packers have second best line with all this. Yeah. There's something to be said there. Jordan Love is bad under pressure and B-Flow in his nightmares right now. Absolutely. Just bring the pressure on that guy. Do some run blitzing, and if the running back don't have the ball, keep on going to the quarterback and fluster him. My bold predictions. You know what I'm going to say? My bold predictions for Sunday morning. And I'm going to say my bold predictions for the podcast. We call that a tease in the business. I bet Kwesi would trade for Bakhtiari. I want to tell you how wrong you are, too, even, but I can't quite tell you. You're absolutely wrong. I called Alexander Madison incorrectly. The Black Tommy Gerhardt. Let's be honest, Jordan Love is Black Ponder. You might have something to be said there. Something to be said there, Mateo. Shout out SKOL for Life Barber 1974. What's up, Barber? How you doing? I appreciate you stopping by, my friend. I appreciate you. You need 3 Satans to shut down Kittle. Bynum is an all-pro. He shut down Kittle and Kelsey. Yeah, I think you meant shut, but either one will good. Either one will work. But yeah, like I said, stop the run. That's all you need to do to beat this team. That's all you need to do. What's going on? Dayon, good to see you. See, I don't feel confident in myself yet because I don't want to screw it up. So, Dayon, thank you kindly for joining me. Appreciate you as always. A joy in life for me back in the day. Telling my loud mouth drinking Packer fans to shut up or step outside. They chose step outside. Okay. You know, I don't care how drunk I was, T-Bass. If I was around you and you told me to shut up, I wouldn't say nothing for a minute. Can we get good vibes from my wife? She's having. Oh, absolutely. Shout out, Ryan. Put your wife's name in and I'll show. But shout out to Ryan's wife. Absolutely, prayers up for her for whatever surgery she's got coming up. We appreciate you. And thoughts and prayers to her. I appreciate when you do this. I appreciate you, Rod. Hey, shout out Roger for the volunteer firefighter for 35 years. We appreciate you and all the brave men and women that you are associated with there. Absolutely. Brian, right off the bat, I haven't asked for predictions yet, but he's already given me his 30-14. I'll take that. Yogi still trying to get Patrick Queen on this team. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Anyone here, Jason Kelsey was talking about my pace. It was, a little bit. All right. I think I got everybody that's in here. Thank you, sir. Okay. Shout out to Kim Peterson. Everybody give a shout out for Kim. Thoughts and prayers as she's preparing for her surgery later on this month. So there you go, Ryan. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Okay. Next theme. What do we got left on the extravaganza? Where'd it go? Oh, I'm going to be mad if this thing did not take. It did not. Okay, production value. Seriously? All right, where's the intermission music? Dun, 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 dun. You know what? Here, guys, chill for a second. Let me get some music going. Let's go with this one. I spent too much time working on this to not use it. This will be the moment when 15 people check out the show and be like, what is this guy doing? He's mad at himself because he had a nice banner and somehow he either forgot to upload it or he thought he uploaded it. That's for dang sure. Okay, come on. All right. In fact, there was 2 of them that didn't get uploaded. That's so terrible. All right, y'all. Here we go. Let's just turn that back down. A blessing in disguise with Justin Jefferson being out for 4 weeks? Really? Okay, let's think about this for a second. Take the best wide receiver and arguably the second best player off your team for 4 weeks. That could be a blessing in disguise. Maybe, just maybe, because you know what? Kirk doesn't have Justin Jefferson to rely on. So he's got to get comfortable with his other wide receivers, KJ Osborne, Jordan Addison, and a little bit of Brandon Powell too. I mean, listen, I haven't talked about Jordan Addison yet because there's only so many superlatives I can use with how ridiculous his game was Monday night. Once again, Monday Night Football, Vikings wide receiver in their rookie season. He followed in Randy Moss' footsteps. That's for daggone sure. I'll tell you what, this kid is unbelievable. And the fact that we've got him and Justin Jefferson together. Whether it's Kirk Cousins or whoever the next quarterback is going to be, you got 2 number 1 wide receivers on your roster. But I digress. Can it be a blessing in disguise? Maybe on some level, yes, because again, it allows other players to have an opportunity to step up. I would like to see a little bit more from KJ Osborne, because if I don't see more out of him, first of all, let me say it like this. Jordan Addison, when Justin Jefferson gets back, better be the number 2 wide receiver. I don't want to see KJ Osborne getting more snaps than Jordan Addison anymore. If you want to do more 3 wide receiver sets, fine. I don't care. But no, KJ Osborne should not be the number 2 wide receiver on the depth chart. Jordan Addison should be. Having said that, I'd like to see a little bit more out of KJ Osborne in Justin Jefferson's absence. They had a couple of nice catches, but just kind of whatever. And this Brandon Powell kid, he impressed. He impressed Monday night. Couple of big catches, 3rd down receptions, jet sweeps, all the things that we've been asking KOC to do, to be more creative once in a while and not just try the same stuff over and over again. I'm just going to say it right now. Jordan Addison ought to be watching himself, and I'll tell you why. Kirk Cousins, when interviewed yesterday, had some glowing reviews about Brandon Powell. Let's see what he had to say.
He was a college running back who really is a receiver, and so it's been amazing, his football journey and how he's carved out a career for himself. And watching him in training camp, the way he played, you could just see, like, this guy separates versus man coverage, and those guys are hard to find, and he's a playmaker, and he's pretty natural. And having been a college running back, he's going to be physical in the run game. He's going to understand what he has to do to help in other ways. So, I texted him after the game and just said, like, the player you were on Monday night is kind of the player I see you being game in and game out. It's kind of what I expect from you, because I think you do separate versus man, and I think you do make plays after the catch. So we're fortunate to have him.
Now, let me say this. Y'all know my opinion of Kirk Cousins and how I have, when he deserves praise, praised him, and when he deserves criticism, criticized him. Kirk Cousins is coming off, in my opinion, the best game of his career with the Vikings. And I know that might be recency bias and all those sorts of things, but when I look back at the All-22, at a couple of huge throws that he made, he had a lot of clean pockets, and he took full advantage of it. There have been times when he's had clean pockets and didn't take full advantage of it. And we'd be like, what are you doing? Oh, well, the offensive line didn't play well. Yeah, but look at these 7 plays where they did play well, and you only took advantage of it once. He took advantage of the great offensive line play. And he got everybody involved. The fact that Kirk Cousins said what he said in that interview when he was asked about Brandon Powell, that's some leadership, okay? That's leadership right there. Hey, he's got this, and this, and I called him and I told him, this is what I need from you, and this is what I expect from you. Thank you, Kirk. Thank you. That's what we're talking about. And you know what? Maybe he feels more emboldened to do this with Justin Jefferson not playing. Because guess what? Justin Jefferson's going to be, the charismatic people, surround him, or gravitational pull to him. That's what Justin Jefferson normally does. And with Jefferson out, Kirk is doing a little some of that. Thank you, Kirk. Oh, Kirky boy. That's what we've been talking about. Be a leader. Don't just sit back and be a guy that says, oh, I just work here. You're not just one of the worker bees. You're a supervisor. The coach is the managers, and the general manager is the district director, and the owners are the CEOs. You, for a long time, only wanted to be a guy that works here. You wanted to be one of the worker bees, even though you weren't getting paid like one of the worker bees. That's why sometimes we said, hey, man, you need to do more. And Kirk's done more. Again, half of those plays that he made that I saw in the All-22, some of them were clean pockets, put them right where they're supposed to be. Some of them were not clean pockets, and Kirk didn't panic like he sometimes has done. Kirk shuffled his feet to the left, shuffled his feet to the right, stepped up in the pocket and delivered darts. So, yes, thank you, Kirk. Keep that energy. Keep that fire and desire to be a leader, not just a guy that just works here. So, blessing in disguise, maybe I would have liked to have seen this just happen organically, that we don't need to miss Justin Jefferson for 4 games for this to happen. Having said that, You've got wide receivers stepping up. Jordan Addison, Brandon Powell, KJ Osborne just kind of doing his thing. And by the way, TJ Hawkinson, welcome back. Thank you for not having the dropsies. So he was another part of that equation as well. But I'm just saying, the biggest part of this blessing in disguise, theoretically, isn't just the other wide receiver stepping up. It's Kirk Cousins. And I never thought I'd say that. This is the leadership that we have desperately wanted him to be. He did some of the leadership stuff last year, don't get me wrong. But, and again, I know Mike Zimmer didn't let him be a leader. You know what? If you're a leader, you don't care. You go to your upper boss and be like, hey, I can't work with this guy. You don't just sit back there. Oh, I just work here. Not now. Kirk's definitely not that. And if you can bottle that up, both on the offensive line as well as Kirk Cousins, and keep that same energy when Justin Jefferson gets back, okay, we got some, particularly with how well the defense has been playing and how the defense has ascended each week. I mean, the defense shut down San Francisco, 17 points, one on a blitz that got burned because they had a perfect play call, and one was in a 2-minute drill. 17 points to the 49ers. I know they didn't have Debo. Fine. Who cares? They played a great game, and they've been ascending. You know, before I jokingly said, hey, we only win when we score a defensive touchdown. Okay, didn't score a defensive touchdown. Got 3 turnovers, though. Cameron Bynum showing the world what he's got going on. 3 turnovers. Okay. So 3 turnovers or a scoop and score or a pick six. Okay, we can take that. So all I'm going to say is this. Find a way to bottle this up, because the one thing I don't want to see is I don't want to see when Justin Jefferson gets back, it completely throwing off the chemistry and throwing it back into what it was before he got injured. I get it. Kirk Cousins is going to see Justin Jefferson as his first option, his third option, his fourth option. I get it. He's the best wide receiver on the planet. He should be your first option. But don't feel like I can't spread the ball around because I got JJ out there. It's great when Justin Jefferson has 120 yards in the first half. But I don't want to see that at the expense. You know what's funny? It reminds me of everybody. Hey, can JJ get 2K this year? I don't want JJ to get 2K because that means nobody else is really doing much. If you get JJ 2K and you get Hawkinson, 900 to 1,000 yards, and you get Jordan Addison 800 and KJ Osborne 700, no, I don't want that. Just to get Justin Jefferson 2,000? No, I want Justin Jefferson to have 1,600. I want Jordan Addison to have 1,300. I want TJ to have 1,100. I want KJ to have 900. And I get it. That's a lot. But my point is, no, I don't want to see JJ get 2,000, at least not at the expense of the rest of his teammates. If you're still able to spread the ball around and go 98 Vikings or 99 Rams or 2007 Patriots, fine. If you're putting up 40 points a game, then I don't care. But there were times where Justin Jefferson would have 150 yards in the first half and have nothing in the second half. Well, again, if that's because the rest of his teammates are picking up the slack, then that's no big deal. But there were times where all we had was Jefferson. KJ a little bit here and there. Ja a little bit here and there. Now that you don't have Jefferson, we have shown what this offense can do when it spreads the ball around. So when he gets back, save that energy. Keep that energy going. Because if this offense is diversified like a fine portfolio, you want to be diversified. If this offense can be diversified and not rely so much on JJ, we're going to be tough to stop. We're going to be tough to stop. Back to the comments, and I know I got a billion of them that are packed up. Y'all had like 50, 60 of them here for me. So a whole lot of thank yous. Yeah, prayer. Yeah, I'm going to put that one up, Rhonda. I know that was a few minutes ago, but I'm going to put that one up there. Prayers for Kim. Absolutely. Ryan, stay strong, buddy. Absolutely. Stay strong. What is the deal with no pace last week? Again, because George Kittle was their biggest threat. They went big nickel almost the entire game with 3 safeties on the field. And being that Jordan Hicks has been playing so well and he's the green dot, yeah, Ivan Pace has just been an afterthought the last couple of weeks, particularly last week. Whew. So I hope to see him a little bit more because I think they're going to focus on stopping the run. That's what I think they're going to do. JJ, Ja, Powell, trade KJ. Yes, I would. Now, here's the thing that sucks about it. The trading deadline is this coming Tuesday. Justin Jefferson can't get back until at the minimum the Saints game. And I only want him back when he's 100%. I don't want him out there 85, 90%. Oh, I can go out there at 85, 90% and I can be a decoy. No, you get Justin Jefferson back to 100%. Period. End of discussion. So if you trade KJ Osborne, if Jalen Nailor was healthy, I could see it. But if you tried to get rid of KJ Osborne, you'd have a week where your wide receiver core would be pretty thin. And I don't know. Would I do it? Probably, because you're talking about Atlanta. And if you follow up what you did Sunday against Green Bay, offensively in particular, would I do it? Yes. But I don't know that Kwesi would do it, because at the end of the day, you don't want to weaken your team that much. Yes, I agree with you. Darren. Dave, excuse me. We should call it You Got Addison. Yes, absolutely cringe. And by the way, if y'all didn't see my watch party, because I actually did my first watch party for the game on Monday night, I'm not suggesting that you watch the whole thing, but what I am suggesting is find me right at the 2-minute warning when the Vikings get the ball back. I'm like, okay, 101 on the clock, 1 timeout. And they're dinking and dunking, and they ran 2 plays, 30 seconds, and used their timeout. And I'm just like, seriously, what is this crap? And you should see my reaction when Jordan Addison scored the touchdown. So if you're looking for a late night laugh, go back to the watch party there. Yeah, shout out SKOL TY. Give that guy a sub. Absolutely give that guy a sub. Addison is legit, whomever the quarterback in the future. Absolutely. Screen was sweet. Yeah, finally, that actually worked. We got a house call from the doctor, Dr. Proto, in the building. What's going on, doctor? Thank you so kindly for joining. We appreciate you as always. Let's just go ahead and hit the reset button. If you didn't wipe your feet at the door, if you could, please kindly hit that like button. And if you don't already subscribe to me, hit that subscribe button, as well as subscribing to Vikings First and SKOL, both on YouTube and your favorite podcast aggregator. Por favor, pretty please. All right, I'm going to save the predictions for the end. Let's see here. Anybody else? After all this time, it feels odd to say our O-line is playing well. Yes, that's the other thing, too. This O-line. By the way, again, Dalton Reisner. I was clamoring for him in July. I was clamoring for this guy. And then he gets here, and he's going to ride the bench. Now, in fairness, Ezra Cleveland and Ed Ingram, when they signed Dalton Reisner, funny, their play got better. It's almost as like, oh, crap, I could get replaced here. I better step my game up. And, we wish Ezra Cleveland nothing but the best. Hope he gets back soon, because he is a better run blocker, but Dalton Reisner, hands down, a better pass blocker, which we already knew. But JDay _24, JDAY _24 on Twitter, aka X. I have an itch in the middle of my back. I can't. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. So everyone gets to plug. No hard to play with. I'm not sure what you meant by that, but that's all right. Okay, T. Shout out Brian in the building. KJ should be traded for whatever you can get ASAP. He's gone at the end of the year. Yes, I agree. I'm just saying that with Justin Jefferson being out for another week, you could really thin out the wide receiver room. But I agree. Shout out Brian in the building. What's going on? I will say that would I do it? Yes. Would I feel more comfortable if Nailor was back so that we had some wide receiver depth? Yes. And I don't know if the Vikings would do it. Over under on 3 turnovers we get. I'm going to save that one for later. Doctor says under, but just barely. Or you can be the Dolphins, get JJ2K and have a productive. Well, yeah, I'm just saying that with what we got right now, we don't. So shout out Lemmy in the building. As I always say, Kirk is a damn good quarterback. He can make the throws, but when expectations are high, he tends to play lower than a passion-enhanced belly, and we can't go far. Yeah, you know what? I love what I saw on Monday. I love what I saw, and hopefully we can bottle that up. We're going to feast this game. Yes, absolutely. If the Vikings play the way they did against San Fran, they can hang with any team, spread the ball around, and not just all in the red zone. Yes, we got to stop with that red zone nonsense. We absolutely do. All right, shout out Gary. Anybody want to join the game against the Raiders in 2 Harbor with 1 ball and luck? Is this hit up me for your contact info? Yeah, absolutely. If somebody hits me up, I'll give them your number. I wish I could go, but 2 Harbors, that's just a little too far for me. Just a little too far. just a bit outside of my range, but there you go. Just elevate Jackson to see what we have. Then, yeah, I could listen. I can listen to that. Thought I heard. Okay, I did not hear that. I did not see that. So I'll take your word for it. But I'm just saying the way this offensive line played Monday night, I wouldn't tinker with it. Even if Cleveland is back, I would not tinker with it. But yeah, but we left 18 points. Oh yeah, two-tone. I've said that a million times. You had 2 trips into the red zone. Again, this is one thing about this team and one thing about KOC, and I don't know if it's the play calling or if it's the execution, but you get a pass interference call in the end zone and you got a 1st and goal from the 1 and you got to settle for a field goal. That is a loss. That's 4 points right there. You got the drive where Alexander Madison didn't sit down in the zone, and so Kirk threw it behind him, but it wasn't really behind him. It was where it was supposed to be. That's 4 points. And I can't remember if that was the same drive or not that Jordan Addison was wide open in the end zone, wide open. Then we got a missed field goal, missed extra point. Yeah, we left points all over the board. That's why I was saying we should have beat that team more handily. That's all right. Defense had our back. I'm taking the girlfriend to her first NFL edit. All right. Shout out T-Bass will be in the land of the dirty birds. Okay. If we get that W, you got to do the dirty bird for him. You got to do the dirty bird for him, T-Bass. Yeah. We got you. Shout out Chad in the building. Bold prediction, Viking gets their first 2 rush. Yeah, you're not the first one. I think that's twice somebody has made that. No, Gary. Absolutely not. No more rush. Oh, yeah. No more tush push at the 2. Kirk looks so uncomfortable. I mean, he's uncomfortable with a standard quarterback sneak. You're trying to do something because you see the Eagles doing it and you saw a high school team doing it. Don't ever do that damn tush push again. You don't have the offensive line. You don't have Jason Kelsey. And, this Jalen Hurts guy can squat 550 pounds. I'm guessing Kirk can't. I mean, that was just so dumb. It was just absolutely stupid. Shout out NFL Jim. He's got the Vikings by 10. I'd take that. I would like a little bit more, but no need to be greedy. But thank you, NFL Jim, for stopping by here tonight. We appreciate you. Okay. Last one for the evening. Will they be buyers? It's funny. 2 weeks ago, I said, will they be sellers? And then they win 2 games in a row. The one in Chicago, unimpressive. The one on Monday night, impressive. I don't think they will. I would like to see a move or two, particularly in the defensive backfield with the cornerbacks and the defensive line with the defensive tackles. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see another running. I don't want to hear about Derrick Henry. I don't want to hear about any running back. No. We traded for Cam Akers. I'd like to see him and Ty Chandler get more touches on the ball and take a few away from Alexander Madison. But no, I am not listening to anybody tell me anything about bringing in more running backs. No, thank you. No, thank you. Well, if you haven't seen the Washington football team, they're doing a fire sale. Now, there's a part of me that is tempted for Chase Young, but here's the thing. Chase Young, if I recall correctly, yeah, he's in the final year of his rookie deal. And I don't remember if the Washington football team picked up his 5th-year option or not. But either way, unless you can get him for, we don't have a 3rd-round pick. I wouldn't be giving up more than a 3rd-round pick for him, and we don't even have one. We have 2 4th-round picks because we downsized our 3rd-round pick to Detroit's 4th-round pick as another piece of the T.J. Hawkinson trade. Would I give up my 1st for him? Hell no. Would I give up my 2nd? Probably not. No. Now, Grandpa Dave from First and SKOL asked me this question a couple weeks ago when I was saying, hey, if we lose to the Bears and or the 49ers, we need to sell off pieces. And he said, well, what do you think about Patrick Surtain? And I said, I'd love to have him, but I can't see this team selling and then buying at the same time. Well, now they could be buyers. We know they're not going to be sellers. The only way they'd be sellers is if they get mollywopped by Green Bay, and I don't think that's has any chance of happening. So, would I love Patrick Surtain? Yes. Would I give up my 2nd and one of my 4th-round picks for Patrick Surtain? Yes. Do I think Patrick Surtain could be obtainable for a 2nd and a 4th? No. I think it would cost a 1st because he's a damn good cornerback. He's one of the top 5 cornerbacks in the league, if you ask me. And he's still got a year and a half of his rookie contract. So he's got year number 4 next year, the possibility of the 5th-year option. So it's going to cost a little bit more, because he has such a great contract value right now. We always talk about, quarterbacks on rookie contracts are so valuable if you can get them to be, average to above average to maybe even great, because then you can spend money. Cornerbacks are the same way. And that's what Patrick Surtain is. He's got, again, a year and a half. This is year 3. So he's got half a year of year 3. He's got all of year 4 plus the 5th year option possibility. It's going to probably cost you a first round pick. There is nothing that I would trade my first round pick for buying at the trade deadline. Well, Aaron Donald, which of course could never happen because of the salary cap constraints. Patrick Mahomes, but let's get serious. That's not going to happen either. So to me, yeah, if you could get Patrick Surtain for a second and 2 fourths, yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Because you can fit him under this. We got $8 million in salary cap, and he's only on the books for $1 million. Plus, you're going to prorate it for the rest of the season. Would I do that deal? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, I would do that deal. Now, I forget the other defense. Who's the defensive tackle from the Washington football team? Put it in the chat for me, you guys, because I had his name here. Not Deron Payne, but the other guy who was running his mouth saying, I'm tired of losing. Was that Jonathan? Yeah, Jonathan Allen. Yes, that's who it was. Thank you. Now, here's the thing about Jonathan Allen. $14 million this year. So prorated would be about $8 million, which would take up all of our remaining salary cap. And you got to leave some for the rainy day fund. And then next year he's on the hook for $14 million, $15.5 million the year after that. That's quite a bit. But if I could get him for not my first round pick, and again, this is where not having a third round pick really sucks, because I'd give up a third round pick and I'd give up a third and a fourth for him. Absolutely. Would I give up my second for that guy? Oh, it's tempting. He's an interior defensive tackle. And boy, oh boy, our defense, with already ascending the way it is, adding a defensive tackle of his caliber. This is his 7th season. He's only 28 years old, but 286. Number 17 overall draft pick in the first round. Yeah, I'd love to have that guy. Again, you'd have to do some salary cap maneuvering. And again, I'm not willing to put up my first round pick for anything. But that's just me. But don't get me wrong. I know there's been some other names floated out there, but none of them really do anything for me. Again, I don't want to listen to anything about Derrick Henry or any other running backs. You're pretty well set at the offensive line right now. You're pretty well set at quarterback and wide receiver. So mainly, like I said, I'll get back to where I started. If you can get me a good defensive tackle or a good cornerback without giving up your first round pick, absolutely. Again, would I give up my second round pick this year and next year for Patrick Surtain? Yeah, I would do that. Realistically, if they ask for a first round pick, I'd be like, I'll give you my first round pick in 2025. I'll give you, some combination thereof of that. But I'm sorry, we need to keep our first round pick. We just need to get our first round pick. To Yogi's suggestion about Patrick Queen, linebacker's just not a need right now. I mean, like we said earlier, you're barely using Ivan Pace, and you got Jordan Hicks. So yeah, I'm sorry, the Patrick Queen thing. No, I'm not going with that. But like I said, would I be intrigued by Patrick Queen? Sure. Intrigued, but not unless you're going to get him for a 4th round draft pick. That's just me though. So at the end of the day, will they be buyers? We'll see. We will see. Like I said, if there's a deal to be made that doesn't cost you your first, then I'm listening to it. All right. So we hit in about an hour. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. If you didn't hit the like button, hit that like button. If you don't already subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Get me a sub. Let me get to 850 by the end of November if I could, or even higher. Hit that sub button, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty please. I'm just curious. What's the score? Oh, Buffalo 24-10. Okay, yeah. Buffalo. I don't know what's going on with the Bills. They should be better than they are. But last bit of chats. And then put your score predictions in, ladies and gentlemen. Put your score predictions in. Kirk hasn't picked. Good one, Ryan. That was good. Oh yeah, I did that one, and I did that one. Yeah, I think they're gonna get at least one rushing touchdown. I do. I'm good with standing pat. Okay, fair enough. You think the Titans would go for that? Yeah, right. No, probably not. For Packers, it's I hate love, or love. Love. I see what you did there. Sell expiring contracts and buy expiring contracts. That way you don't take habit. Well, to a certain extent, yes. But who are you going to sell now? You're not selling Danielle Hunter now. You're not selling Jordan Hicks now. KJ Osborne's the only one, maybe Ezra Cleveland. Those are the only two guys now. Now that you won that game against San Francisco and you showed us something, nah. I'm not. But again, had you lost to San Francisco, yes, I would have said sell KJ, sell Harrison Smith if you could, sell Hunter, Ezra Cleveland, anybody who's not going to be back next year. I would have said sell. But after winning that game, that's just not going to happen. Hoping the Vikings draft Joe Kane. Okay. What about Jeffrey Simmons? Not a first, but a third. We don't have a third, so it'd either have to be a second or a fourth. Jeffrey, he intrigues me, but again, without having your third, you'd either have to give up 2 fourths or a second. So I don't know. Maybe I could see that if you can find a way to say, hey, or maybe what you do is you say, hey, I'll give you my second for, Simmons or anybody else we talked about, but I want your third in return, where, you're downsizing a round. I don't know if they would go for it, but we'll see. I want Kirk gone so bad. He's wasted almost $6 million. For that being said, he played one of them again. Absolutely. I don't care. Bottom line is this. This is what I said at the beginning of the year. I said, if you miss the playoffs, Kirk gone. You lose in the wild card, Kirk gone. Losing division, Kirk gone. Go to the Super Bowl, whether you win or lose, Kirk. Okay, go to the Super Bowl and lose, 3-year contract. Go to the Super Bowl and win it, lifetime contract. Give him whatever he wants. Because at that point, I don't care. We don't want a Super Bowl. Now, NFC Championship game, I'm 50-50 on. Kind of depends on how well he plays in that game. If, he's not the reason they didn't go further, then I consider giving him an extension. But, if he falls on his face, then I say no. So those are my thresholds. Anything less than the NFC Championship game is 100% gone. Super Bowl is 100% extend, 50-50 on if they get to the AFC Championship game. Yes, Akers should be starting, absolutely. Or at the very least, getting more of the touches. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to say. The Packers are like third from the bottom in run defense, and they're number 10 in pass defense. So, yes, get all of your running backs involved early and often and set up that play action and then get the passing game going. That's what I say. Thank you, sir. Eventually, I figured it out. Percent chance we draft a quarterback in the first round. More than 50. Trade Jordan Hicks for 3rd or 4th. Man, he's been playing too good. Man. I don't know. A good edge rusher opposite Hunter. Yeah, Davenport when he's on the field. But the problem is, he's never on the dang on field. Love the green. I thought you might like that. All right. Young Cringe has got us 30-16. Ryan's got us 31-17. Yes, he's always hurt. All right, Mateo, what do you got? Won't happen, but I would love a good Vita Vale. Oh, yeah, that ain't going to happen. There's no chance. 27-17. Okay. What do you think of the play where the Vikings defense only had oh, my gosh. I think it's ridiculous that San Francisco didn't snap the ball. That's just unbelievable. That we got away with that. The doctor says 24-10. Gary says 20. So a lot of 14-pointers. Okay, I'll take it. As much as we like Kirk being an honest question, who would the Vikings want a quarter? Well, they would want Caleb Evans. They would want Drake May. They're probably not going to be in a position to do that. Thank you, Rhonda. Appreciate you. I don't know if you're still here. Great to see you as well. 2-year extension would be best circumstances. 1 year. No, he's not going to take a 2-year. He wants a 3-year. They already offered him a 1-year deal, and he said no to it. They offered him a 2-year deal where the first year was guaranteed and the second year wasn't, and he said no to that too. He wants 3 years. Shout out to Mike Sports Vibe. What's going on with you? Packers going to get the beat down. Yes, they are. Shout out next week. All right, I'll hit you up, or you hit me up, one way or the other. Best to me. Yeah, I'll see how she's doing either tonight or tomorrow morning. SKOL TYA says 34-10. That's what we need. Shout out to JDT93. What's going on? Probably end up getting Penix or Knicks. I wouldn't mind Penix. I don't know. I'm not really sold on on Knicks. You get too much. Shout out Angel Dust. What's going on? You know what? I'm getting to wrap this up here, but that's the great thing about YouTube. You can just hit that rewind button and start over from the beginning. So shout out to JDT93 and the Angel Dust as well. I just feel like we're going to steal. Yeah, I totally do, Mafia. I totally do. Come on back Sunday morning around 11:10, whenever I can get it kicked off. Hypothetically here or there. Basically, it's when one bar and Lumpicus are done. That way I actually get people to show up. Because guess what? When they're going, they're all over there. And that's all good. It's all good. Congratulations to One Bar and Lumpicus for getting to the 10K. I hope to be there someday. Someday, some way. Da, 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 da. Yeah, sorry about you. Dylan says 3116. Great show. I appreciate you guys. Well, one more time, hit those like buttons, hit that subscribe button if you don't already subscribe to me. Two Evils got 24 to 13. I'd like to see a little bit more than that, but hey, just get the victory, just get the W. If you're listening on the podcast feed, my final score predictions is right around the corner. For the YouTube audience, come on back Sunday morning, and we'll see what we got. And by the way, I started to tell you what the tradition over on First and SKOL, which is, hey, Dave, what are you drinking? So, Justin, what you drinking? Smirnoff Ice, grape. And the only reason I'm having one tonight is because I usually have one after the game if we win. And I forgot to have one because I did a quick hit on the post-game show, and then I went to bed. No, I didn't go to bed. But my point is I forgot to do it, so I'm doing it tonight. I remember when One Bar and Lumpicus had less than 1,000. Like I said, I'd love to be them someday, and it's all good. It's all good. Sculpture, I've been wanting that for the last 20 years. Yeah, exactly. I just want to say thank you one more time. I appreciate you guys so much. The loyalty, the support, everything else. Going to do a quick rerun. Shout out to the veteran and active members of our armed forces and their families, to the brave men and women who are police officers, firefighters, and EMS, as well as the doctors, nurses, frontline workers, surgeons, home health care providers. You all do such an incredible job at what you do, and we don't thank you enough in this country. So I'm going to say thank you at least once, maybe twice, when I go on the mic. Last bit of comments, and then we're going to get it out. Hey, I appreciate you, Mafia. I appreciate you, man. Share this with your friends. Put it on Twitter. Retweet my tweet from earlier. Let's get some people in here because it's going to be a fun Sunday. It's going to be fun. The Packers don't know what to do with themselves without a Hall of Fame quarterback. Fire the coach. Fire the GM. This team's terrible. Your team's just been kind of mediocre, and it's been propped up by a Hall of Fame quarterback for the last however many years. So at the same time, welcome to quarterback uncertainty. Welcome to quarterback mediocrity. Appreciate you, Gary. Appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to get up out of here. Been on for a little over an hour, almost an hour and 10 minutes. Appreciate you guys so very, very much. Come on back Sunday morning around 11:10-ish, give or take, for the Purple and Gold pregame show for the border battle. We are going to, and if you haven't seen me do my curmudgeon versus the punk, watch the first episode. Skip ahead to the Packers part because, well, the predictions I made are, doesn't really matter at this point. But skip to the Packers episode, or the Packers section. You'll find it a little interesting. Thank you kindly, everybody, for joining me tonight. As always, SKOL to the next episode, and we will see you Sunday morning. Good night.